Welcome to Salazar Art Nation. This is Frank. All right, um, so I'm using Infinite Painter again. Um, I've actually I've had this video back in my backlogs for a while. I've already had the video done. No, not the video itself, but I had the footage done. I just need to do voiceover. So you will see. You have if you're watching this now, there's actually a video before this where I talk about this video, even though it wasn't out yet. Uh, and you're gonna see in that video, it was a vlog video where at the end you might see the logo change. If you saw it, you notice it towards the end. This is where I'm making that logo, and I'll be doing. Uh, First, I'm just, you know, at the time I originally recorded this video, I was able to get all the features for Infinite Painter again. So you're gonna be seeing those here being used. Most particularly the layers, which really comes in handy in something like this. But you can see those features there. It has some really good ones. I don't really use that much of them. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna be using the layers because I'm going to be redoing this logo, and it's I guess a parody or it's a spoof. I might use it from time to time for special occasions. It's a panda logo, so I'm going to be using my own art. I created this logo, the Salazar Art Nation logo. It's my own design, and I'm using some traditional art, my own design, and I'm gonna be talking about bases. So let's get right into this video. All right, so now here is I'm going through my files here, picking my panda face. There it is. Um, I added some of the shadows, uh, made it pop a little bit, and I did that on the original drawing. It's traditional. I hand drew that myself, but I fixed it up on Infinite Painter. So I'm gonna be using this to create a new logo. This is not it's not something I'm not. When I was doing this video, I had made a joke that it's now gonna be Panda Art Nation. So 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 this is what that's about. I'm not rebranding the channel. It's not gonna be pandas, just pandas all the time. I think some of you might like that. But, yeah. So here it is. I'm using this as an example. So I'm gonna be talking about bases, and as I'm talking about bases, you're gonna see me create something from a base. Now, there's a lot of controversy, there's a lot of debate. Well, not about controversy, but there's a lot of debate. You know, is using bases stealing? Is it wrong? Is it, you know, whatever? I mean, should you use a base? And to that, I say it really depends. Uh, what's your intention? What's your purpose? Sometimes it's just easier, for some artwork if you have a predetermined base and you add onto it. Uh, you see that on novels, on book covers. You'll see those examples. Um, I as you see as I'm doing here, sometimes I do use a base, but it's my own art. It's something that I myself created. I did my own design, and I'll copy. I'll, I'll make a copy, and then I'll work on the copy and add some variations. For example, I don't have any picture of this. I'm actually not at the liberty to be able to show you something I was working on. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But I was creating a character for someone. They had asked me uh, to create a character for them. Just uh, a design, a rough sketch. Uh, and this character was gonna going through some changes, so I did a basic, well, not basic. I did a design, cop, made a copy, and then on that copy, I added the extra stuff, the extra details that I was asked to add. Uh, so there, I was using my own art as a base, and I will do that, and I have done that. Uh, I do not see anything wrong with that. I don't consider that stealing or cheating. It's helping me uh, using what I already have and just adding on to it and create uh, something new from it. If you are using a base to, uh, and hey, I've seen this in the advertisement world. I've seen this in, like I said, novels. You see that in anime novels, manga, stuff like that. Sometimes they will use a generic picture, but everything on the inside, depending if it is an actual manga or something, it's created by the artist. If you're just taking someone else's pre-existing work, and I'm not talking about just a blank base, uh, you know, something someone already has already done, and then you're going over it, and then you're passing it off as your own, not acknowledging that, oh well, it's not totally my design, but you know, the idea is, but not maybe not the art itself. Then yes, that is stealing. That is wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that. If the purpose of using a base or a reference point is not a reference point, you're getting better. You're perfecting your art, your craft. You're not taking credit, but you're using it as practice, and that's fine. I use references all the time. There's nothing wrong with using references. When I did this panda phase, I looked up pandas, so I used references. I wanted to see what a panda looked like, and actually, I found a very cute, very adorable picture of a baby panda. So that's why the panda face, has the mouth is open like that, because it's almost, you know, it's almost the exact way it was in the picture. Of course, I made it a little bit more goofy, more cartoony. Well, not goofy, just more cartoony. But that was my preference because it was only a reference. It wasn't a direct copy. Uh, I wasn't doing uh, a still life painting. But that's what I'm talking about. If you're using it as a reference, it's something you're gonna get better from. You're, you're just seeing what's gonna look like. You're getting ideas. Jazza uses references a lot, and his stuff is pure. pure genius. It's a, it's very good. But I'm sure that took time, and even as a professional artist as himself, he still uses references. Well, I don't know if he uses bases, but he uses references. You know what? I think sometimes he does. I think when he did the jazz axe, he took a picture, or he found a picture of axes online and uh, copied the basic shape and then added on to it. So that's what I'm talking about. The stuff like that. That's good. That's legitimate. That's okay. If that's what you're doing, uh, that great. That's good. Don't let people just rip you to shreds because you use a base. Like this. I'm using a base. It's my own work. You know, I worked on that logo, the original logo, and now I'm redoing it. And even though I'm using I guess it could be a composite because I'm using other artwork and mix it in there. Um, that cute little panda face. That's my own work too. So all this is mine. No one can tell me. Well, I mean, I can tell you use a base. You shouldn't do that. You're stealing from the artist. Well, I am the artist, so I'm not stealing from myself. And if I am, well, then I am. As the original artist, I allow it. So, so yeah, that's really what I want to talk about. Just not so much whether using a base is wrong, whether using references is wrong. It's really not. It's you use it to learn. You know, even you know Renaissance artists like Leonardo da Vinci. I almost said DiCaprio. Leonardo da Vinci. He had live bases. He had live references. He had live models and painted them. Drew them exactly. Th- that's what references are. We're to a point where we don't need a live model. If you that's how you work, you can. Yeah, I think there's a lot. There's artists that use live models. Uh, it just depends on what kind of artist you are, or if that's what you like to. Man, I just went into a runoff here. I don't know what I'm talking about live models for. Uh, references. There are references. It's okay. You have a reference point, something you're looking at, and you're deriving from that. To put in artist terms, you're looking at something like here. Like say I was looking at pandas, and there's features that I like. Like that mouth, the panda picture that I had found online. There's a cute little panda, baby panda, big white mouth. Just so I use that feature. I know a lot of artists, or I know some artists where uh, they're crazy talented. It's like a natural talent. They'll look at something and they're able to recreate it. They're not using the original work and adjusting it. They're looking at a picture, whether it's a cartoon or something, and perfectly recreate it uh, on a separate piece of paper or whatever medium. But yeah, and that is talent that not everyone has. Now you work on it. You You work on yourself. You try to get better, or you're creating your own work, uh, your own original character, your own pieces. You know. So this is what do I like using Infinite this app and some other apps, digital apps where you can work on separate pieces of your artwork. You know, you're making doing a project. You can work on them separate, and then add onto a layer. You know, like here I use the layer to paint over my body, but not mess up the the panda face itself. You know, when I say my body, I mean the caricature of myself. And so yeah, I mean, so what was I talking about? So yeah, that's what's good about digital art. Oh, there's a lot of good things, you know, but that's one of the things that I like, that I can work on separate parts of it and not worry that you know a certain part's gonna get messed up. Yeah, so and you know that's the basic thing about a basis, or you know you're just taking something that uh, it's its purest form of a reference, and you're working on it, and you're getting better, and that's all right. Right. So the video is coming to a close. Now I just want to say, you know, don't let people bring you down. Don't let them tear you down. Use that experience to learn from it, grow from it. Don't stoop down to someone else's level. You know, don't trash other artists. You know, offer constructive criticism when asked, but don't just tell someone they suck. You know, be good. All right, stay creative. Panda Art Nation signing out.